What is up, everybody? Welcome to a first episode of Cookin with Kaden. This is a special this weekend because we did not have an Around the Point. So we are going to be doing this today. I think tonight we're also doing with a chillin' with Chase. So we got a few different things going on today. Steve, thank you for joining me as we cook with me, Kaden. How are you?
I am. What's the word I'm looking for here? I'm doing this with precaution right now because I have no idea what you're going to be cooking up.
Steve does
But
not trust me. This man does not trust me.
with the kitchen, no. With the kitchen, with the stove and an oven, maybe not. But you know what? Who's to say? You at the end of this whole thing, you end up being Wolfgang Puck or Graham Elliott, or Chad Atkins. You probably have no clue who the fuck these people are.
No.
Or,
But we are
Bon
going
George.
to be interacting with everybody in the chat. This is going to be a very much a free-flowing topic show, not as structured as a Steve's Kitchen or even an Around the Point where we go in with predetermined topics. Obviously, we have one for our thumbnail and our title that we are going to be talking about, which is Phil Brooks, CM Punk. But besides that, we're just going to be just talking about, like I said, whatever went on in wrestling this week and what's happening in the cultural zeitgeist. So this is very much just having a good time talking about life with everybody. Like right now, I'm watching along to the Texas Miami game, so I'll be giving some reactions to that as things happen. I got that on, and then so we're just here to have a good time, a little different, like more like a chillin' with Chase type show. Because I don't think we were supposed to have one this weekend, and then we ended up adding one tonight. This is just kind of a preview of Chillin' with Chase.
I would say so, yes. So, Kaden, I just got the breaking news. There will not be a Chilling with Chase.
Oh, did Chase just say there's not a Chillin' with Chase?
Nah, he just texted me there will not be Chilling with Chase. So, all right, cool. No problem. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Well, never mind. No Chillin' with Chase. So this is our show. This is the show we're going to do tonight. We'll see if anybody else jumps in. I don't know what everybody else is doing. I'm sure Romeo was sleeping. But he did ask for a link, so we'll see if he jumps in at some point. We got everybody here already in the chat. I'm going to check a PD. I'm going to go to your Punk comments a little later when we get to that. Sleeping Angel saying, let's go on 3 hours of sleep. Yay. Checkopedia pointing out that there's reports that Gangrel may be brought into Mania and having a spot during the Hell in a Cell. I want to talk about that in a few minutes as well. When we go there's a few news topics I want to talk about a little bit. Frantic World saying, what's up, Kaden, Steven in the chat. What's up, Frantic World? Checkopedia
What's
also
going on,
saying
man?
hi to everybody. And Chief is here in the chat as well saying happy Sunday, guys. It is a really good Sunday. Extremely tiring. I've been up for 11 hours now. Where I woke up at 6:30, maybe 6:40. And I think I put in 8 hours this morning on Romeo's WrestleMania or Romeo Mania that he did, the 24-hour watch along of WrestleMania matches. Congrats to him. He went from 2:30 p.m. Yesterday to 2:30 p.m. today. I think overall I put in around 11
On the
hours.
dot?
Yeah, just about 11 hours, a little over, a little under. I think, Steve, you did 2 hours, maybe 3?
I entered the stream. I entered Romeo Mania around 9-ish. Going into 9-ish.
You went in like an hour after I did, and I got in at 8:30. So I think you went around 9:30, 10.
Yeah, so to like 3 in the morning almost.
Yeah.
Borderline 2-ish, going into 3-ish. It was fun. Listen, how did he pull that off? How did he manage to do it? Is amazing in itself. I think again, I'm pretty sure right now he is resting, as he deservingly so. Right, in my opinion, of course, that is. I think this should be a yearly thing going forward.
Well, he's thinking about doing it for SummerSlam and maybe doing it for the Big Four, which I think would be a really fun idea that we could do 4 times a year, maybe 5. If you want to add in Money in the Bank. And then I think what I'm going to do to counter him, because I am competitive and I want to beat him, once my semester ends in early May, late April, I am going to do a 24-hour watch along of all elite wrestling pay-per-view matches. So we have a decent amount of pay-per-views to go through now. So I think it's actually I don't think it's like, I think it's probably 20 maybe now at this point. So we're gonna do the same thing similar thing that Romeo did, where we're gonna take the matches, put on a wheel, and then I'll have people jump in and join me for a little bit and leave. I'm probably not gonna have as many people as Romeo. I'll very likely end up by myself for a decent amount of time, just because we don't have Patreon backers like they do that jump in. But anybody in the chat that would want to join for that, anybody would be able to join, just to that way, because I want to do the best I can to not be alone during that stream. As long as I'm with somebody, I know I'll be okay. And if I end up alone, that's when I'm a little worried. But Romeo does not believe in me. Steve, do you believe in me?
It's AEW, right? We know you love AEW. We know that that's your passion, AEW. After all, we had AEW visit the channel, so I feel like for them, you should be able to do it. You have the adrenaline in your soul to pull it off. So I say yes. I think you can do it. Or we could also follow.
That's a no.
You can follow Jinder Mahal's. We could do a Global Force watch-a-thon. Global Force Wrestling.
I was trying to figure out, I think before Wrestle Kingdom, if the AEW one works out, then when Wrestle Kingdom comes around in January, I can do a Wrestle Kingdom watch along. Probably maybe not 24. I'll probably I would definitely do 12, because then I can stay up all night the night before and I can get my schedule ready. And then I have 2 days where I can kind of be on the right schedule. But maybe
how many has there been so far?
This is next year. They just did 17, so there's enough.
So the first one was in
I don't know
2000
years.
I know before Wrestle Kingdom, they were just called the January 4th show back in the early 90s.
We could and even then, if there's really not enough, we can just make it New Japan and add in G1s or Dominion matches, Wrestling Otaku, Sakura Genesis, or Wrestling Dontaku, Sakura Genesis, Power Struggle.
I hope we get Antonio Inoki versus Hulk Hogan.
I think that would be a really fun time to do both of those. My own version, because WWE is not really I had a really good time watching most of the matches. I got to see a lot of things that I had never seen before.
Look at that.
But it's New Japan and AEW are much more my style. So I'd rather, if I'm doing my own version of it, I think AEW would be really good, especially AEW pay-per-views themselves. Like, as long as you basically a year of pay-per-views, if they did 5 a year, each one's 5 hours including buy-ins, which I would include the buy-in matches, then you're gonna get to 25 hours of pay-per-view content last year alone. So there's plenty of content on AEW pay-per-views to fill 24 hours. So I'm not really, I know some people were like, when I first thought about it, I was like, I'm a little worried. Like, is there really enough content? I'm like, oh, there's plenty. Because each pay-per-view is 4 hours.
Yeah.
And even then, the pay-per-views are always great. So you're going to get we're going to probably end up getting that 60-minute Iron Man match between Max and Daniel.
My question to you is though, I know AEW does their pay-per-views through BR Live here in the States. And I know for those who live internationally,
it's not BR Live anymore. It's just Bleacher.
Bleacher. I'm sorry. I'm old-fashioned. I'm sorry. Bleacher, right? I know international. It's Fight TV.
Yeah.
Right. Do they have the on-demand?
If you've already bought it, then yeah. Which is the biggest issue, is that they don't have a streaming service, which I think could be announced soon.
I'll be honest with you. I really do feel that could work once they have their streaming service.
I mean, I own all. I either
Respectfully.
own all the pay-per-views, or you can find them on Peruvian ESPN, so or Peruvian Fight TV. So I'm not
Or
really that
Bleacher.
part. I'm
Or
not really
Bleacher.
worried about. Like, and I think most people who are gonna watch along have either bought the pay-per-views, because I think a lot of us have, and if you haven't, you probably have a way to get one to get to it.
You know what you
So
could also do? And now I wish, and again, because again, when you do All Honor and I watch along as well, I checked their on demand section. As the farthest they have is 2013.
that's not true.
Well, as far
They
as
have
no,
they have two, they have 2002. You just gotta find it.
no. What I'm referring to, like the compilations,
Yeah, but
compilation.
like, but they do have events that go back further. They have events in 2002. You just gotta find it.
Did I ever show you the collection I have, Kaden? Did I ever show you
No,
a Ring of
I
Honor
don't.
stuff?
I don't need to see it, Steve.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Samoa Joe, Nigel
All
McGuinness.
right, we're gonna move
Hey,
on, and why
man.
don't we go ahead and talk about the main thing we need to talk about this week, and go ahead and get this topic out of the way.
My food's on the way, so we'll get this out of the way.
CM Punk was in the news once again this week, putting out a Instagram story that was since deleted, and about like it took like a second to delete it, basically saying that he's claiming that AEW asked him to do the match against Moxley, the Dynamite squash match that was 6 minutes. Asked him to do it without being cleared, and said that he didn't need to be cleared to do it. He claimed that Jon Moxley refused to lose to him. He said Meltzer is a liar, called Jericho a liar and a stooge, said that he had never seen a Rocky movie, which, like I always tell Romeo, that is a crime against humanity. So I don't know how you cannot have seen a Rocky movie before, but to each their own, I guess, Steve. I guess it all makes sense. This guy's losing to shit because he's, first off, he probably needs a joint. And second, he needs to watch some Rocky movies.
Well, we gotta remember he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. He
Exactly.
doesn't
That's why he probably needs to stop being straight edge and just smoke a
Straight.
joint. Dude,
He's
how much let's be real. How much would a joint help this man chill?
a lot, but you gotta remember he's his passion. He doesn't do that stuff.
I don't give a fuck. He needs something at this. Like, he needs something, man. That guy needs to take a chill pill. So yeah, he lost
That's
his
prescription.
shit.
He
It was
can't do that
it
either.
was deleted very soon after. Fightful Select came out with a report that said that I'm trying to go like from what I remember off the top of my head. They said that Jericho and Punk post brawl out got into it. That Punk and Kenny had a conversation after, where Punk said that Kenny is not the person they have a problem with. It was the Bucks. They said that somebody else was injured during brawl out who was not previously reported upon. It was a production employee who got a chair thrown at him or got hit with a chair. They said this was put up Friday.
Pretty wild shit, man. Pretty wild shit.
Yeah. They said Moxley and Punk have been reported to have heat, and that there were concerns Punk wouldn't be at the August 17th Dynamite. However, special travel arrangements were made to accommodate Punk the day of the match, and Punk had at least floated the idea of additional reimbursement for the match as he was working without being cleared per his claims. So he is claiming that he worked without being cleared.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not. None of us here know if it's true.
You know, however, I'm going to come out and put my whole chest into this. He was cleared.
Now, let's assume for a second.
Wait, no, Steve, one second. I'm gonna be very clear about this.
I say because my food's about to be here. My food's about to be here. So let me just say we get that out of the way now. Let's just assume for a second what Punk is saying is right. If it is, Tony Khan needs to speak out on it. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying it. But let's assume for a second that there's some truth to what he's saying. Tony Khan needs to speak out on it. And in the whole idea of, well, I love your question, but I don't want to talk about it, it's not going to cut it.
Legally, there might be issues. Got to remember that.
We don't know. We just don't know. You know, so again, it's crazy. Everything that's going on right now. it's at a point now where it's like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it right now? I get it. You know, Kaden, you even hear, oh my God, they need CM Punk back. They need him back. You hear this all the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll be back, all right, brother. My food's
Yeah.
here. So,
Yeah, I got you.
Kaden, hold it down. All right. I'll be back.
So I'm going to quickly address a few things. So Wikipedia is saying, if it's true and he was not cleared, couldn't they get in trouble with people like sporting and boxing commissions can make life hard for Tony? No. They, as far as I know, they can't really get into trouble. And like, I could be completely wrong here, and maybe they could get into trouble, and I'm just stupid, and I don't know what I'm talking about, which I think is a very true. That's very true about anything I talk about. We could all be completely wrong. But with this specific situation, I don't think that there's anything that could happen. It could lead to the thing is that it could lead to legal issues if Punk got hurt. Because if Punk is not cleared by a doctor and they want him to work and he injures himself further, he could sue them for malpractice or negligence. And that's the biggest issue. That was the issue with Matt Hardy. I think they were worried that Rebby might have done, like Rebby was going to do that when AEW doctors did not stop Matt Hardy from working the match against Sammy Guevara at All Out 2020, which and she would have been well in her right to do that. So Punk, Phil Brooks could, if he got injured in that match, sue. Hence why I think this is complete bullshit. I am going to, and not only that I think, I have been told. So I'm going to, I don't like to, there's a lot of, I know nobody's going to ever see this anyways. That way, like, I know y'all will, but nobody, like a Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, they're not going to see this. But if they would, I would say report it. Report that, this is the first thing I'm going to put my name to, is I'm going to say 99% confident that CM Punk was cleared. And I would put my chest into putting that report out if I worked for a place. I would straight up go, I'm putting this report out that CM Punk was cleared to work that match. So, yeah, I don't like, there's a few things that I get told and I don't usually I won't usually come out and report it because it's just not something I've ever done and don't necessarily, and I'm transparent with you guys, right? Like, don't necessarily want to get heat. So I don't report certain things because I don't want to get yelled at. But this is one thing that I feel good about reporting. That CM Punk was cleared for that match. So, yeah. But now going away from that and going to the other part of the conversation of who does this make look bad? And Trekipedia, you put this in the comments before we even started. So thank you for starting us out in the comments. I really appreciate it. Saying, gotta say, no one in the situation looks like a good guy. And yeah, that is why I don't know what the fuck this is. And I also kind of think it's a work. And I said this I sent a super chat to Grabsid yesterday, and I said, I think it's a work. I didn't have enough space to put Punk as a work because I ran out of words in the super chat line. And they said, what exactly you're talking about? I really hope it's not Punk. And they were like, yeah, Kaden, don't be the guy who thinks it's a work. Sorry, I think it's a work. AEW has set a precedent over the last 6 to 8 months that they will do stories of people being disgruntled, and whether or not FTR's whole thing has been a work or partially real, partially work, we still don't know. I think the jury's still out. I think it's partially real, but they've let it carry over into their TV because they've said it on television, and they're not telling Dax, hey, you can't do your podcast, which they could say. They could find Dax if they wanted to and tell Dax, hey, you're not able to do your podcast, but they let him go do it and they let him go complain about Tony. So I personally think that the end game for this is that if you're having Dax complaining and you're having Punk complaining and you're trying to get heat on Punk, Punk knows that this is just going to get heat on him. So why would he think that that was a good idea to post? Because throughout this whole situation, this guy has stayed completely silent. He's put some stuff out through sources, like he's put some stuff out through Nick Houseman, but he hasn't come out himself to really say much of anything except things that make him look good, like he did with New Japan, like he did with Dax in the book, what's his name, like that he read that book and that came out Wednesday, the day before this happened. So I think that the timing of this is a little suspicious, that this was right around when they think he's cleared, which also in the Fightful Select report said that he would be cleared either right now or is about to be cleared. So I think if it's those two things going in, this makes me think they're working us. And the storyline is going to be Punk returning to join FTR as a heel. And that is these guys who are complaining about AEW. And so the biggest argument people have is, okay, but that makes AEW look bad. Why would AEW want to do something like that? I don't fucking know. I don't know why they would want to do it, something like that. I'm just saying that there's enough precedent on AEW television to tell you that they would do it. And the biggest example is the Outcast gimmick. Go look at what the Outcast, Tony Storm, Saraya, and Ruby Soho are doing right now. It's literally a gimmick of people saying that AEW is filled with a bunch of losers and they prefer to be another company. Look at MJF's bidding war of 2024, the whole gimmick that he's going to have the reign of terror, hold this belt all year, and then when he gets to 2024, he can take that belt and go to WWE. That is the whole storyline they're doing with Maxwell Jacob Friedman right now. You're world champion. And the whole story is built around him potentially leaving your company to go to WWE. So you have two major storylines on television that are based around WWE potentially or is better than AEW. At least it's hinted at by those people. Max is not really saying that there are greener pastures on the other side, that WWE is better than AEW, but he is saying that he's okay with leaving and going to WWE instead of AEW if they give him enough money. So it still is a thing of that WWE, as long as they give him money, he's okay with going there and he has no loyalty to AEW. So it still makes WWE look good in the end. So that's why I think that the argument of, oh, this doesn't make AEW look good, I think there's enough precedent of AEW doing stories that don't make them look good. There's been a few at this point. Like they played off of with Moxley and Hangman, they played off of Moxley getting concussed this time. I don't think that makes them necessarily look good. I think it can make their training staff look pretty shitty, or their doctors look shitty. That they're just letting I think it's also just a bad look that you're doing a concussion angle with everything we know now and how bad Moxley's or Hangman's injury was in October. So I think that there's enough instances of AEW doing stuff that makes them look bad or makes the company look bad, that makes WWE or other companies look better, where I'm like, I could totally see them doing that as a work. And I think it is. I kind of think it's a work at this point. Let me go back through some comments saying, Trekkipedia saying, yep, Tony Khan does not seem like someone who would say, oh, he's cleared. Oh, not cleared. Let's pay you extra and look the other way. Nah, I don't see that whatsoever. Sleeping Angel saying both sides look awful. Chief saying, I agree with you, Kaden. It feels like a work. Frantic World making a really good point that a lot of other people feel. And I don't disagree with you for feeling this way. I think it's a valid reason, is that I think Punk is trying to find a way to get out of his contract. I think that's really a very valid reason, and I don't necessarily disagree with it off the surface. I think that there's a little more to it, and I think he knows that wouldn't work. Sleeping Angel saying, I'm just tired of hearing about Punk. I really don't want him back. And that's understandable, honestly. If you don't want Punk back and you're tired of hearing about him, I don't fault you for that. Dolores adding in, Punk is the king of keeping evidence. If anything he said was true, AEW has a track record of Kenny, Matt, at least letting people work being hurt. So I get what you're saying here, Dolores, but Kenny Omega was cleared to work with those injuries. Because they were injuries, but I think people need to realize how many wrestlers work when they're injured. Like Dax is injured right now and he's been working. Matt Sydal has had a broken arm or broken leg. I think he said his broken leg for 2.5, 3 years now, and it's broken, but he can still work with it. Edge has a fucked up neck and he can still work with it. So wrestlers and athletes in general, like the best example I can give of real athletes is there's a hockey player named Leon Draisaitl, plays for the Edmonton Oilers. Last year, he broke his ankle during the NHL playoffs, and the doctors basically said, look, it's not going to get any worse. It's just going to hurt like hell. So you can go play on it. We are going to clear you to play if you want to play. but you still have a broken ankle. So there are a lot of injuries where you can still get cleared as long as it's not going to further harm your body, which is what it was with Cody. When Cody tore his pec and he was cleared to wrestle at Hell in a Cell, it was because the tear was not going to get any worse. So Matt Hardy, yes, that was 100% their fault, which is why I think that they would never make that mistake again. And they showed that with Hangman Adam Page, when as soon as Hangman was a little bit out, they immediately called it. I was at Dark Tapings this last weekend. Action Andretti had a very weird spot that kind of looked like he rung his bell a little bit, and they just stopped the match out of precaution. He ended up being fine. He got up and left on his own, and they said, hey, just stay there. We're just going to call the match, and we'll figure this out a little later. But AEW takes safety precautions very seriously right now. After the Matt Hardy situation, Kenny Omega, his injuries were not going to get worse. He had vertigo. He had a very bad version of vertigo. That was not getting any worse. His sports hernia, that was not getting worse. His torn labrum, I think he had a torn labrum, that wasn't going to get any worse. So it was either you keep working and you maybe get this fixed eventually, or you never get it fixed. Some wrestlers don't ever fix their injuries and go off, or they don't ever get that time off where they can go get it fixed. Like Dax had 2 months off, but didn't have enough time to go get surgery on anything because he would need to be gone for longer. So he's just going to work through a torn labrum and a broken ass cheek. And there's like 3 other injuries that he has, but he's just going to work through it. And that's how wrestlers are. That's how pro athletes are. You can, usually it's as long as it's not going to make it worse and you can perform, then you will very likely get cleared and work. So I understand what you're saying, Dolores, and I'm sure he might have evidence of it, but I'm saying from what I have been told that he was cleared by a few people. I pretty much, I'm working on getting 100% confirmation on that, but I'm working on that report. But I can say there are rumors, and I have also been told those rumors that CM Punk was cleared to compete on that, was cleared to compete for that wrestling match. Frantic World saying, if I was Tony, I would get Punk and everyone in a room and tell them to stop fighting, and let's come up with a story so we can all make the money. I think that already happened because I think it's a fucking work. Trichopedia saying Bischoff said once he worked the boys in the back during WCW and it didn't work out too well. I hope that's not what Tony is trying to do here. And I agree. TNA did that. TNA did that too, where they would blend storylines with reality and it kind of hurt them at a certain point. And I think that you can do that with some stuff. Like I think MJF's because MJF's situation was real, right? The ticket was bought for the plane and they played it into the story once everything was figured out with Tony. And now I think it's all a work. Everything since Double or Nothing, like since Double or Nothing happened, I think everything after was a work. But I think everything leading up was not. So that, I think, is an okay situation if you want to blend reality with pro wrestling. But if you work the boys, you're done. You're not ever coming back for it. You're going to lose the trust of the locker room. Why would people want to stay there if they're not even worried about what's real or what's not? And talent, Bischoff talks about that all the time. You do not work the boys. And I'm worried about that being the situation. And I can say that I'm hoping it's not a work at all because I don't want that to be the case and I don't want Tony to do it. However, there's enough precedent for me to say I think he would do this. And I don't like it at all. I really hate it. And I hope it's not true. But based off of conversations I've had, I've got to say I think he did. I think it's work. And I know it's not going to be a popular opinion. And I'm probably going to get chewed out by some people on Twitter if I say it. And they're going to be like, well, you're stupid. It's not a work. Why would it be a work if it makes AEW look bad? I don't know. The Outcast story technically should make AEW look bad. Just nobody thinks about it too hard, but it does. The Outcast storyline makes AEW's women's division look like shit. You're saying that WWE's women's division is better. Sorry, like that's the story. It doesn't make them look good, but for some reason people want to overlook that because there's no real life heat there. They think that if there's no real life heat, then the story can't make them look bad, which I don't think is true. Like I think enough people aren't talking about how the 4 Pillars promo also made them look bad. Like, it called out a lot of shit in AEW, and I think it exposed them a little too much. And while I liked the promo and the promos in a vacuum, I thought were good, the content of them were a little inside baseball and exposed the company in a way that I don't necessarily think is beneficial. Checkopedia saying now Punk is trying to say it was Jericho who leaked the info. Makes me feel like he's trying to cover for the fact he was wrong before if the Elite didn't leak info. I know the Elite did not leak info. I don't know about Jericho. I cannot confirm if Jericho leaked or not. Dave is claiming he didn't, so I'm going to take Dave's word for that. But I know it was not the Elite. Also adding, Checkopedia also adding, I also feel bad for Hangman because Punk called him some nasty stuff, and he's been the one taking the high road and staying away from it. Yeah, like I really like Hangman. I've met him a few times. He's a really, really nice guy. Got to talk to him for a little bit at Wrestle Kaden. That's the nickname, Wrestle Kaden. I talked to him for a little bit. He's a really, really nice guy, and that was after the concussion. So, yeah, he's a sweetheart of a man. They just had disagreements, and Hangman's friends with the Bucks, and I think that might have upset Punk a tiny bit because that was around the time that the Colt Cabana reports came out, and I think Punk just has this idea in his mind, and I think we've all been there, at least one part in our lives, where you have this idea in your mind, and no matter what people tell you, you're like, oh, they're just lying to me, they're gaslighting me. It's because of how personal it is, and the Colt Cabana stuff is extremely personal to him, and I think that he just feels that the Bucks did this. He's dead set on that the Bucks did it, and no matter what people tell him, he's like, nope, the Bucks did it or Jericho did it. He's like, it's one of those three guys who did it. And even if you can show him all the proof in the world, he's still going to say, no, one of them three did it, because that's just how he feels. And I can't necessarily fault the guy for feeling that way. I don't necessarily know how I would feel in that situation, but I think it's something where we all who are going to, and I don't necessarily think we're in the wrong for criticizing somebody like that. I think it's also our rights as humans and as wrestling fans to criticize how he's responding. And we can all say, why is he feeling this way, and call him out for it. But we can also, I think at the same time, we also need to realize, how would we feel if we were the ones in that specific situation, and how would we handle it? Because I think that it's important to remember that we don't know how we would handle it, because we're not CM Punk, we're not Phil Brooks, we are not Scott Colton, Colt Cabana, we are not Nick or Matt Jackson, we are not Tyson Smith, Kenny Omega. So we're not Chris Irvine, Chris Jericho. We are not those men. We're not Ace Steel. We don't know. So I think that's something that I want everybody in the chat. I'm not calling out anybody in the chat. I'm just saying in general, I think it's important for us wrestling fans to remember that when we're having these conversations. And I can fault myself for it. On SAD, something about Dynamite this last week, I was really pissed off at Punk for doing this. But I think it's something that we have to kind of take a step back and remember that these are human beings. They are going through their own thing. They all have their own shit going on in their life. Punk has had 2 major injuries in the last 12 months. He had a broken foot where it completely shattered, and then he tore his bicep. That is hell to go through. And add on that he's working wrestling he was working a consistent wrestling schedule for the first time in 7 years. And that's also stressful, and it's painful, and being on the road is hard. His wife is now working for WoW. He's been doing some television roles. He's got a lot of shit going on in his life, and life is fucking stressful. So I think that's something we just need to all remember when we're talking about this, is that is a real human. Everybody involved is a human, and that they have the right to the way they feel. And in terms of the way they feel, I can criticize how they respond, but I might do it sometimes, but I try not to criticize how someone feels, because I know how I would feel. I know I'd probably feel very similar in that situation, because I'm also a petty fucker. I'm petty as shit. I go through some more comments. Sorry, I have that one already. Checkopedia saying, all I can say is Ace Steel was a working bite, if that's a work. That part I don't think is a work. I want to be clear. I think that Punk's Instagram thing is a work. I don't think Brawl Out is a work. I want to make that clear. Dolores saying, I think Punk has issues that causes him to impulsively say and do things. Yes, he's an asshole, but if AEW can help things move on, do it. If not, they need to cut ties. And yeah, I don't disagree with anything that Dolores said. I think that there's got to be something's got to happen here with Punk. I don't know what it is. Thank God I don't know what it is because I don't know what the fuck I would do. Honestly, I think Tony is in a really bad position here, and he needs to get this right. This is going to be a stressful thing. And I was at Dark. That man looked stressed as hell because that was the day after Punk posted that, and so I think he was really stressed. And it's a stressful situation. I don't envy the man. Like, it's going to be hard to figure out what to do here. Of course, SP3 getting in the chat, making some jokes about me saying they gave Kaden another show. Heel Steven is obviously drinking again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how I'm getting shows now. Chief saying, not going to lie, I can understand Punk's POV. Yeah, 100% can. Dolores laughing at SP3. We got the eyeball emoji from, I believe that's Steve on the around the point. And Checopedia saying hi to True Heel Heat SP3. If you guys want to go check out, I don't know if the replay is on the True Heel Heat Twitch, but that's where we did the 24-hour, also on the For Romeo Anthony channel. And I know we can't find the replay there because it's going to take a little bit. Hopefully it goes up. I don't know. Someone told me that YouTube replays are only 12 hours, not they cut it 12 hours. So I don't know how they're going to, like, how it's going to work when the replay does go up, if it does. But yeah, I'd go check that out. Also, you guys can go check out the replay of True Heel Heat yesterday, the flagship show with SP3, Miss Chrissy Love, and Top Guy JJ, the returning Top Guy JJ, where they talked about this topic, CM Punk. Really good conversation. I thought they did a great job talking about it. Everybody had good opinions. And SP3 pointing out that it is on Twitch right now. Thank you, SP3. And yeah, I thought everybody did a great job. They also broke down the other news in wrestling this week. We got another episode of the McMahon Succession, which Succession returning tonight, season 4, the finale season. So excited. Cannot wait for Succession tonight. Gonna be awesome. But yeah, they had a great show yesterday. I made sure to tune in, even though I was at Disney World. I had an earpiece in, and I was playing it on my phone while I was like walking around. And when I got on rides, I just paused it. Oh, I've been talking for almost 12 hours, or I think I'm reaching I woke up 12 hours ago. I'm reaching 9 hours of talking. I am dead. My throat hurts so much. That's what she said. But yeah, if you guys have anything else that you guys want to talk about, please put it in the comments. The Punk situation was obviously the biggest news of the week. There's the Vince news that I don't necessarily want to talk about, but if you guys want me to talk about it, I will. I don't want to. It's depressing. I'm so sick of this story. SP3 saying thanks for listening to Walt Disney World. I wish I had your parents when I was 12 like you. I don't like. I do kind of act like a 12-year-old considering I'm a Disney adult, but I am 20. I can confirm I am 20. Very happy that I have a Disney pass. It makes my life a million times better. It helps so much with my crippling depression. Frantic World saying, what about Punk's IG post about HBK? That was so weird. Did he actually post that? Like, is that real? I thought it was like fake. Or just like if he did post it, it's just a copy pasta. So that was a famous copy pasta from like 20 years ago. From like original message boards. Chief saying, are you excited for Mania? It's less than a week away. So funny you asked that, Chief. 7 days until WrestleMania Night 1 when Cody Rhodes will, in my opinion, I think he's going to dethrone Roman Reigns and end the over 900-day reign as Universal Champion. He gained the WWE Championship to become the undisputed Universal World Heavyweight Champion last year at WrestleMania. So about 365 days. I believe that match was April 3rd, I think, because April 2nd is night 2 this year. So yeah, I think he's going to win. And then, I also just bought my ticket for night 2. Night 1, I'm doing a day up still, hoping that prices drop a little bit because they're kind of expensive. But yeah, night 2, my dad's going to go with me. So that's why I was like, all right, let's just go ahead and buy tickets now. We'll get some nice seats for us. And me and him can have a good time. And night 1, I'm either going to go sit with friends or get like a super cheap ticket at the very top. And then Chase told me that at SoFi, there's a lot of places where you can just go stand and watch. So I think that's what I'm going to do on night one, is just see like what I can get away with in terms of moving seats, or I'm probably just going to find a place to stand. I like standing while watching wrestling. It's actually like a really, like, I don't know why I love watching wrestling while standing. I just really like moving around while watching wrestling matches. It's so odd. I don't know why. So I would, there's a lot of places apparently at SoFi where you can stand and get a much better view. And Chase said that they're not really that strict on you being in your exact ticket section. So as long as I can get in the door for night one, I don't care, since I'm very likely by myself. Night two, though, like with my dad going, I can't do that. He's not going to want that. He's going to want he wanted to be a little bougie. So me and him went a little bougie on that one. But it's going to be a really fun time. I'm hoping that Cody wins. My dad's a big Cody fan too. So that's why he was like, yeah, night two. I want to go, because he wanted to see Cody. So we're going to go see Cody and sing Kingdom together, and it'll be a fun time. I'm really excited for Mania. I think the build-up, besides the Bloodline stuff, has been extreme, and the Mysterio stuff has been very lackluster, but I think in the ring, this has the potential to be overall the greatest WrestleMania of all time, purely based on in-ring action. I think Logan and Seth on night one is going to be fantastic, very high-paced, great match. I think them two are going to have. Hell in a Cell should be really good as well on night one. The Usos and KO Sami is going to be great. All the women's matches are likely going to be good. The Fatal 4-Way Tag women's match, I'm a little more iffy about. I think it'll be okay and not like good, not bad, just kind of meh. But I think that it'll still be okay. The men's tag match the men's 4-way tag match will probably be pretty good. The IC title match is going to be awesome. I think Cena and Theory isn't going to be technically the greatest match ever, but I think it's going to be a good match still. Theory's a good worker. Cena's always a good worker. And I'm interested to see if Cena works more like he did against AJ, or if he works like he did in that tag match on December 30th. It was December 30th. I'm interested to see what Cena we get, which I'm assuming it's going to be more of like the 5 moves of doom than it is a Cena that's going to have an actual wrestling match. But I think it'll still be a fun match and a good way to open the show. I think Ray and Dom, I think Dom's going to get his best match against Ray, like just the way a father and a son work together. I think we're going to get the best match out of Dominic Mysterio. Probably, like, definitely since he had that first match against Seth Rollins that was really good. The eye for an eye or whatever the hell. No, it wasn't the eye for an eye. It was no DQ or something, or Extreme Rules. I don't remember what it was. But I think it'll be his best match since then. Best match with the crowd for sure. And then I think those are the big matches. I think we're also going to get LA Knight and Bobby Lashley. I think they're going to end up adding that after the Andre, because they're both in the Andre. I think that's going to set up that match. Is there anything else big I'm missing? Omos and Brock is going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but probably the worst match on the show. Just by default. Because I genuinely think it's a very good card. Just weak buildup. But for me, I can overlook weak buildup if you give me a good show. Like, if you give me a good wrestling match, I can overlook how dog shit the build. Because House of Black and the Elite had no build. Like, there was almost no build for that match, and I give that 4.75 stars because it was a fantastic match. I can completely overlook anything, like, just the way I am. And then getting a Hell in a Cell back at WrestleMania, first time since WrestleMania 32 in Dallas against Shane McMahon and Undertaker, that a Hell in a Cell match will be held at WrestleMania. They've done still cage matches, like 37 had a cage match between Shane and Braun. Yeah, it was the one where Shane was calling Braun stupid. That was the angle. Really fucking stupid angle. But dog shit match too. But man, it happened. Don't know why. Oh well. Dolores saying, I'll go to this one first. Trickopedia saying, funny how the Vince news came out when there's a new book coming up this week, I think. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of it. Dolores saying you can talk wrestling free agency, and that goes right into Trickopedia saying, is it true Naomi is gone, or could this be an angle? Naomi is gone from WWE. Trinity Star is her new ring name. I think it's 2 R's. A lot of people thought maybe she'd use Trinity Fatu, like Mercedes. Maybe it was going to be Mercedes Varnado, but both of them kept the first name and went for a different surname in their ring names. So yeah, she's booked for WrestleCon, and when she got booked for WrestleCon, I knew that she was no longer with WWE. I knew that, and she confirmed it. So yeah, she is no longer with WWE. I don't know if she got released or if her contract expired. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to work independence, but she is gone. That is not a work. She is no longer with World Wrestling Entertainment in any capacity. She is not a contracted talent anymore. Just like Mercedes Moné, who is also not a contracted talent. So now both women who walked out in June of 2022 walked out as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They are no longer in the company. And they actually won those titles almost a year ago. They won them on night 2 of WrestleMania 38, which I think was April 3rd, if I'm correct. I think it is, because I think this year's April 1st and 2nd. So last year would have been 2nd and 3rd. Because I think April 1st was Supercard Day. So speaking of Supercard of Honor, that is coming up this Friday at 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is local time. I will be in the building. I don't know if I'll be at the press scrum. I'm still waiting for Ring of Honor to let me know on that, but I will keep y'all updated. If I do get in there, I will live stream that onto this channel. I should be able to do that. I don't know. They'll tell me. I've never been at a press scrum before. So, I think I should be able to live stream it. Pretty sure we can do that, because I know like they weren't going to let us, and then Denise does it. So I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah. So I would, I'll live stream that on here if I'm able to do that. And there will be, there's no episode of Ring of Honor this week. At least there's no matches taped, unless they wanted to tape some on AEW Dynamite, which I have actually heard that it looks like they're going to tape some Ring of Honor this week at the St. Louis Dynamite. They're going to tape it in place of Elevation. So there might be matches that they put up, but I think they're taping for the week after Supercard. I don't think they're taping for this week. So I think this week's going to be a lot of like a Road 2 show or a countdown show that they do on TNT, kind of like those. And just going to be previewing matches and getting some promos and getting everything finalized, because we still don't have Athena's still not defending her title, and Yuta is not defending his title. So I think we're going to get confirmations of both of those matches on Thursday. But I will be releasing a Ring of Honor preview show. Welcome back, Steve.
I'm back.
I'll be releasing a Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor prediction show. It's going to be pre-recorded a little earlier in the week, so we might miss a match or two by the time it releases. But we're going to do our best. And we're doing that with my special guest over from SE Scoops and the Run Sheet podcast, the Wrestling Gals, I think is the other one that she has. Ella J, one of my really close friends. Love Ella. I went with her to San Antonio for the Royal Rumble a few months ago, and so me and her are going to be recording that on Monday. We are going to release it for y'all during the normal All Honor spot on Thursday, unless they decide to add matches and tape on Wednesday. Then we'll figure out what we're doing, because I'm not going to be able to stream. So but I think that no matter, I think even if they do add matches, I think we're just going to do that, and we'll do I can record a review show later that night. I think we're just going to put up the prediction show during All Honor. And if they put matches out, I'll figure out something to do for y'all for those sets of matches. But I don't think they are. From what I understand, I don't think they're going to put out any matches on this Thursday's episode of Ring of Honor. So during the normal All Honor spot at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be premiering a Supercard of Honor prediction show with Ella J. So yeah, I hope y'all listen to that. I will be 7 p.m. That's 4 p.m. I'll be at Bloodsport during that time. So we actually might drop it a little earlier, so maybe we can beat Bloodsport. Might drop it at 6. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Steve. Let's drop it at 6 p.m. That's an hour before Bloodsport. That gives you all time to listen to that before Bloodsport starts.
Okay, Bloodsport it is.
We're going to do 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. The 30th? Yeah, the 30th. That's the day I fly in. So yeah, 30th.
Are you excited, Kaden?
Steve, I am so excited. I have a lot I got to get done this week.
This year, what WrestleMania weekend for you already?
3 technically. This is my 3rd in a row. But
Oh, in a row. Oh, look at this guy.
WrestleMania
Yeah.
37 was I just did Mania and I hung out with some friends. So I didn't like I wasn't because it wasn't a Mania weekend. They only had like a few indie shows and they were all terrible. So I didn't go to any. But I still went to Mania weekend. Like I went like I hung out with some friends before this because I went with friends.
I hear you. I still have 3 under my belt. I still have 3 myself. It's okay.
Yeah, what we did instead was we flew into Disney. We went to Disney for a few days, like 2 days, or maybe a day, and then we drove to Tampa Saturday morning before WrestleMania. And then I went to a superstore and I sat outside the venue. I got to see all the wrestlers enter the venue. Like I remember seeing Logan Paul, Alexa Bliss, Ricochet as they entered the venue. Did not mean to do that. So did not mean to do that. Did not try to get shit signed because middle COVID, and I don't even like to get shit signed in general. I'm not a signature guy. But yeah, I went in the superstore. I got one I wanted to get, some shirts. I got a Bad Bunny shirt for my teacher because my teacher is my Spanish teacher was a massive Bad Bunny fan. So I made sure I got that shirt for her because I love my Spanish teacher, Miss Lugo. I haven't seen her in a while. It was Lugo.
Do you has the lessons have they paid off? Since you graduated, have you
some? It's funny because over time I'm remembering more. Because but like I still like I'm not great. There's some words I remember, but I think over time I'm actually starting to remember more and more about it.
Okay.
I think because I took Spanish 2. I took the last 2 months of Spanish 2 during COVID, which were the most important months in that class. And I took all of Spanish 3 during COVID where I could cheat. So I cheated.
Hey, listen, at least you had a Spanish teacher, no pun intended here, teaching Spanish. Like when I was in school, we had the teacher that we had. The purpose of her teaching because she lived in Spain. Right.
Yeah.
So she would say, I remember once she referred to a word. She said it wrong, but I started chuckling at it because I knew, what she said and shit. What's so funny, Steven? I'm like, well, nothing. Don't worry about it. So she said, you know what a pene is? Do you know how to say comb in Spanish?
No.
I just said it right now, but pene, right?
Yeah.
But she was saying pene. She was saying penis in Spanish. So I chuckled like, yeah. Almost forgot. Do you guys think Roxanne will be part of the ladder match for NXT Women's title?
Yes. I think she's going to they're not going to announce it before the match and then they're going to have everybody entering and then Roxanne's music is going to hit.
Okay. I mean, they still have one more spot, right?
One more that's not Roxanne.
Okay.
I think that kicks off the show.
Could very well be.
It's a ladder match. Last year's ladder match kicked off the show for the North American. So I think that this is going to also kick off the show. Although the 5-way for the North American could also because they love opening with the NA title. It opened on Vengeance. It opened for TakeOver Portland, and it opened for TakeOver Stand and Deliver. So the last 3 takeovers they've done, or NXT PLEs, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the last 3 that they've done with a crowd and not in the Performance Center or in Full Sail, they've opened with a North American title match.
Okay. Chief Raid's here.
I think they opened the ladder match last year. I didn't watch it.
What's your 1 week review of WWE 2K23?
It's okay. I don't like the mechanics of the wrestling personally because it's very limited. The issue I have with it is here's the thing. You have your controller, right? These 2 buttons, square and X are just striking moves. So light strike, hard strike. and then you press your circle button or your B on an Xbox, and that initiates a grapple. And from there, you can hit a B for an Irish whip, and you have some different Irish whip controls, or you can hit X to do a heavy grapple move, or square for a light grapple move. And that is my biggest issue with the game. There's also combos, and my biggest issues are sometimes the combos don't always work, which I really dislike. Thanks, Steve. I already sent it.
Well, just in case, I know sometimes you know.
I know.
Where is it?
Yeah. Sometimes the because there's combos where if you want to hit like a specific move, you do XX square or square X circle, and sometimes it doesn't work and it just hits the other grapple. Like if you're going from a light to a heavy grapple, it just hits the heavy grapple move. Like Cody's heavy grapple move is the drop on his back and the punch. Right, he does the Dusty move that Dustin drops on his knees, Cody drops on his back, whatever. A signature Rhodes move that is his heavy grapple. But for Cody, if I want to hit a snap suplex, it's X. Let's say I don't know exactly what it is, but it's let's say a square X circle. I'll hit the 2 squares. I'll go to the X, and it just drops me on my back, and the combo is broken. So the combos don't work half the fucking time. There's no option to chain wrestle, which was my favorite thing in 2K19 was that they got the chain wrestling feature down extremely well, and it wasn't perfect, but I thought that they were going to eventually improve on it, and now there's literally no option to chain wrestle. The reversals are not that good. There's less reversing than you could do, and I don't like that because I'm a fan of chain wrestling. So what I did in 2K19 was I turned the reversal counter off, and I turned the speed of matches up. So that way you could have a lot of reversals back to back to back to back, and you could have these awesome chain wrestling matches. You cannot do any sort of chain wrestling in this game. It is literally not possible. So those are my biggest issues. Are you can't chain wrestle. It doesn't feel very realistic. The graphics they are not improved upon last year. And I think that's the bigger issue though, is that it feels the exact same as last year with war games and an updated roster. And they did not make any changes to last year's game. So if you have not gotten it and you do have 2K22, I'm going to say, unless you really, really care about getting perfect features for everybody, make sure you have all of the correct new moves like the Cody Cutter and the Crossroads, which you can still have. They are still they're still in 22. They're just not named that. You got to find there's a variation of the move. But if you want the new characters and you don't want to go through custom creation or the community creations, then do that. Then go buy the new game. But if you don't waste the money right now. Wait till it's on sale in a few months.
And joining us now. What up, Walter?
What up?
How are you
Walter
feeling?
joined me as I was ranting about 2K.
Oh man, the game is okay.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, it's fine, but it's not really worth the money. Yeah, if you have 22, it's not worth the money. How are you doing, Walter?
I'm doing well. Just came back from, I guess, dinner. I don't know what you guys consider dinner time, but yeah, it's actually nice outside. I don't know how it is in New Jersey, but I'm gonna assume it's nice too.
It's nice out today, bro.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
it's nice
starting to feel spring. Starting to feel like spring.
Well, it's always nice in Florida.
It depends. It was really hot the last 2 days. Today Gainesville's a little cooler than Orlando right now. We're staying around high 90s, high 80s, 87, 88, 89. In Orlando, it's chilling at 95, 96, 97. So here, pretty nice. And it was a little cloudy this morning, and now it's sunny, which I only know because I can see out the window a tiny bit. I have not been outside since I went to get coffee at 8 a.m. So,
what are you drinking?
Steve's beans.
Nothing. Steve's beans, huh? What? It's not Steve's beans.
I had a Cholo Cola today, bro.
A Cholo Cola? Really? You're not calling it the proper name?
Inca Cola?
Yeah. So that's what you're drinking now.
Oh, I had one today. Because it came with the food that I ordered, yeah. I'm kind of mad, bro. I ordered champagne.
Chow
Right.
Fina. Wow.
Yeah. And they gave me
Chinese?
Nah, champagne is like is
What's
basically
that?
it's like beef heart. No, no,
Beef
no,
heart?
no, 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 no,
Anticuchos?
no, no. It's cow lung.
Cow tongue?
No, lung.
Cow lung?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Champagne? That's cow
I've
lung.
heard of it, but I didn't. Oh,
Champagne is cow lung. Anticuchos is
it's
beef
beef
heart.
heart.
Yes.
Chow
The
Fina.
thing is though, a lot of supermarkets,
Oh, I've had that.
they're not gonna sell you beef lung. You have to go to
That's what I'm
like
saying.
you have to go to a butcher shop and like go to the back.
Yeah, bro. They don't
to get
got
it
this
to
here
leave.
around my area. That's
Nah,
New
so
Jersey. That's a
nah, so
Peruvian New Jersey thing.
there's a restaurant that I order from, and they'll sell it on weekends. I'm like, all right,
So
cool.
you took advantage.
Basically, and they gave me half champagne, half cacao. I'm like,
You don't like cow? Yeah,
I don't mind it.
I'm
Cacao's not
torn with that
bad.
one. I'm not a
It's
big
all right,
tripe
but
person.
I'm not a big tripe guy either. Kane's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about here?
Tripe? Oh, I
Cow
thought he liked
tripe,
tripe.
cow tripe, beef lung, cow heart.
Oh, I love the cow heart. I'm not gonna lie. That I do.
Palu will know what I'm talking about. He's Peruvian
He's
as
on the
well.
chat.
He's in the chat. He knows what I'm talking about. He's Peruvian also. I like it when they give you the corn, right? With the potato.
Yeah.
Oh man. With the green hot sauce. Oh man, it's over. Yeah.
The green sauce. You love the green sauce.
I love that green.
Hold on, let me look at the comments here.
Damn, you guys don't like mondongo? I like mondongo.
Mondongo's good.
That's tripe.
I don't
by
get.
the way.
I don't get to have it often, but
Nah.
it's not bad. Well, I don't know. It's not like top. I don't know.
Like I like
it's not
grilled.
up there.
Like you have it in pancita, like in
Oh
barbecue.
yes, pancita is different.
Yes, it is.
That's
yes,
different.
it is.
That's we're talking.
We lost Katie completely here. We just
It's like
completely
fuck this shit.
fuck this shit, guys. God damn it. What else?
I had American food today. No,
Jeff,
Italian
mashed
food.
potato. Well, don't tell me. You went to the McDonald's of Italian food. You went to Olive Garden.
No, it's some local spot nearby. It's not
Thank goodness. Thank
it's
goodness.
You went
chicken parm. That's it.
The pasta?
Chicken parm with pasta. Yeah.
Okay. Local pizzeria?
I don't know what they consider themselves. They're more of a restaurant, but yeah, they sell pizza too.
Like there's some pizzerias that just sell it to you. Like
No, it's more of a restaurant vibe. It's not. And there's a bar on the other side, so yeah, it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually at one yesterday doing deliveries.
Oh, the
man.
Eats.
Yep. They have a bar in the back and shit, and the bartender's throwing the bottle in the air and doing the little tricks and shit.
Yeah, it's that exciting, huh?
Yeah. They got a piano person playing music and shit. I'm like, oh man, y'all motherfuckers are crazy. Appreciate the talent though.
Probably expensive.
Fuck yeah. So what else, Kaden? What else you got for us, man? What else you got? We talk about CM Punk. We're talking about
Talking about Punk. Okay.
I am currently. I'm trying to get. I have like not like much I gotta get submitted on this this really kind of stupid assignment, but I have to. Okay, wait. I need a link to my LinkedIn post. And I need a screenshot. Okay, I have both of those.
That's something I haven't used in ages, but I have to update it. I should update that. It's very important.
I need to. Well, I have. I don't want to. I don't have a choice. I really did not want to post that, but we're required to post it for this class, and they're gonna grade me on how well I did in the stupid fucking.
Hey, watch your language, man.
In the
Sunday, sober up Sunday, man.
1 second. Okay,
we're up. I stayed up almost till 7 for Romeo's stream yesterday. Yeah,
you are a soldier, bro.
I did. I couldn't believe it.
What match did you spin on, Walter? When you spun the wheel?
Triple H and Warrior. Oh, yeah, 2-minute squash.
Damn.
Nah, I kept.
What happens to MLW? I think it's on Reels after the deal is up. I have no clue, bro.
People still talk about MLW.
They have talent. I'm not
I don't
saying that they're. I'm not saying that they're taking the world by storm here or anything like that. It's just that
Nah, there was bigger talk. Maybe what 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Yeah,
3 years
3.
ago, when there was some buzz and all that shit. Everyone's going to LA. Walter, we'll be in Vegas, man.
What 2 months after, or a month and a half, probably.
A month and a half, we'll be in
month and a
Vegas,
half.
bro. We'll be
Well,
on
you
the
going
West
to
Coast.
GCW? GCW. That's the show you're looking forward to the most, huh?
Ask that a question again, Walter. What?
GCW.
What about it?
That's the show you're looking forward to the most. Selling.
You're trying to find a quote. They wanted something that he couldn't get it.
You wanted an NNB quote. Oh man.
So, Kaden, any update on Forbidden Door?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that there is any. I'm trying to think if there's like anything. 1 second. Shit.
they
Is
sell
there
out
any
yet?
quote? Do we?
Did they sell
No,
out
they
yet?
have not sold
Did
it. No, they have not.
But what's the ticket?
Um,
No, but what the ticket sale looking like though? Ticket sale, what are they looking like though? Right now?
Very good, very good. Yeah, they're almost sold out. I should be there. I have my passport appointment next week when I get back next
Because
Wednesday.
I heard pre-sale went like that, and for
Very
general
quick.
admission, a lot of the platinum
here.
seats flew,
Yeah.
and the platinum seats are like a 1,500.
It's almost
you're
it's
looking
almost all gone.
you're
It
looking
might
at
have
$1 million
in
gate.
pre-sale it did sell, and then in general it's almost all gone. It's like almost all resell verified resales at this point. So
you're
yeah,
looking
I'm gonna
at
go. I'm
$1
gonna probably just
million
buy a day of
Canadian.
tickets or try to get media. I just gotta make sure my grandparents are figuring out if they're going to be in Toronto that week. They don't fully know yet. They do know that that's the week I want to go. So now it's just figuring out, okay, when are y'all gonna be there? So I can
Forbidden
go.
Door, though, I mean, come on, man.
Oh, wow, that's a fitting
It's-
name for all the virgins out there, the Forbidden Door, because that's the one thing they'll never see.
Well,
God damn.
That was
That's
one of the
the
best. That's
truth.
one of the best ones he did.
That's a great one.
that's word. Should have been there, man.
I should have been
Literally,
there. I didn't know
that
you guys
day-
did that.
The day we went live for that, hours later, I got on the plane to go to Chicago. For Forbidden
Oh,
Door.
you went to Forbidden Door, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
You know what's crazy too? I wasn't originally gonna go. I originally was like, no. So the thing was, my brother wanted to meet my mother's fiance at the time.
At the time.
Finally meet him. All right, my brother's very bougie, so you're gonna fly them all out to me included, to Chicago, right? Get us in a nice hotel and shit. But I didn't want to go. Right? I didn't want to go at all. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to be there for this shit? I already put the guy through hell as it is. Let him have fun now, So then, the same day I get told about this shit, they advertise Forbidden Door in Chicago at United Center. I'm like, fuck, now I have a reason to go. So then my mom's like, oh, now we're not going because the guy she was dating at the time or was engaged to has a fear of flying. Has a fear of flying. Right? So I know. So then he was like, he would tell my mom, honey, listen, just tell that son of yours if he wants, I'll book his flight. I'll book him here at a hotel over here. It's gonna be okay. And mind you, my brother is a bougie bitch. Let me be clear on this. So he only takes first class, right? He only travels first class, and he'll ask what's the beverages, right, for his class. He'll ask, right, is it a Chardonnay or her Blanc, whatever the fuck it may be, right? He'll ask for this shit. Yeah,
God.
he will ask for this shit, right?
Oh, man.
And then he needs to stay at a 6-star hotel or up. Yes.
Oh man, I'm just content with water.
So he was like, "Nah, I'll book him here at the Howard Johnson's right here." My brother's like, "Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit." No. And then I'm like, "Hey, yeah." So I had my brother like, "Yo, can I still go to Chicago though? Because I'm going for an event, right?" Yeah, no problem. That's fine. That's fine. It's not our fault. This guy being a pussy right now. Like, yeah, I know.
Wow.
And he was like, "There, yo." He was disappointed because he really wanted to meet him. He really wanted to meet him. He really wanted to come to Chicago and all that
What
stuff,
would be
right?
the drive? Like the drive is
drive?
how long?
Dude, this guy, no.
Not with that guy.
And also, my brother has a gimmick. So my brother goes to a lot of Broadway plays, theater
Could
art
he,
plays.
Steve?
Right?
Could he fit in a rowboat?
What?
Like the guy, if he got in a rowboat, would he fit or would it capsize?
That dude has panic attacks. That guy.
But let's say if he sat in a rowboat, would it stay up or would it sink?
It would probably. No, so also my brother's gimmick. He goes to Broadway shows, right? He'll go to a lot of Broadway plays.
I do that too.
No, so his code name is the Seat Snob.
Seat snob. What?
It's a little mean.
But he'll criticize every play that he goes to. And he'll give his
For
critique.
real? He's a
My brother's gay, bro. He's a
Yeah,
critic, yes.
that sounds really gay. As someone who is gay, I can confirm that is very gay.
So to name me some of the plays that he's went to, let me just see here because I do have him on the gram, right? And he was telling me, "Oh yeah, for Christmas I'm going to Hawaii." Right, his first time traveling out since the pandemic and all that stuff. So,
Walt, are you watching the Texas Miami game?
Oh no, I forgot it was on.
So he's went to
54-53 with 12-19 left for Texas.
Oh shit!
So some of the play that he's been to,
some
right?
scouting.
So some of the plays he's been to, right?
On CBS.
The Devil Wears, I guess, Prada. I guess.
He goes, "The Devil's wears, I guess, Prada."
I guess
know
Prada.
what the devil wears.
Devil Wears, The Notebook, the musical, Company, Funny Girl.
I heard that was
Some Like It Hot. Some Like It Hot. Again, he's a critic. He's a
all these plays in New York or when in Chicago.
I'm a critic too.
Yeah.
So he goes to he lives in Chicago. He lives in the city, like in the downtown, like in the city, Chicago, right? Ironically, from his house was his condo, right, to United Center was like 10 minutes, dude.
Not bad.
That's
really good. Oh man.
And then when I got there, he got me a hotel because he knew, like, yeah, bro, you're gonna come back drunk. I'm not gonna deal with this. And he had
Did you
points.
come back drunk?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Oh my god. That's I wonder how you're gonna act in Vegas and shit.
Nah, dude. Nah, you know what it is? But it wasn't like crazy drunk. I'm gonna start fighting somebody and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, you're one of those.
No, I'm not. I'm relaxed.
Okay.
Remember, I drink water now. I drink water in between now. Come on, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
What about you?
No, I don't. I'm not a fighter. No way.
He also been to.
I'm not a fighter. I never said I was a fighter.
Yeah, a lot of my family members are, but no, me.
No, you don't. Do you not get the reference, Walter?
Wait, what reference we talking about?
It was Bryce Hall when he was like, "I'm a fighter. I've been in over 50 street fights." And then when he lost his boxing match, he got fucking killed.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm not a fighter. I never said I was a fighter."
Yeah, that bullshit. Fucking clown.
Let me see.
You fucking bitch! You missed that 3-pointer. You were so fucking confident in.
Peter Gilmore rates. Killer Demon rates here. Punk is a punk.
Punk is a punk.
Punk is a punk.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? A punk that is a punk.
A punk of personality.
Fucking CM Punk.
Phil?
We watched. We actually during the 24 hours, I sent Romeo money so we could watch CM Punk versus.
Chris
Who do
Jericho.
y'all think I made him watch?
The Undertaker.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Not the Undertaker.
No, because Chris Jericho is a liar and a stooge.
But you think about it.
I had to do the Chris Jericho one.
What is Punk's best Mania match? It's
Undertaker.
Probably the Jericho one.
Taker was pretty good. That's the only one.
Taker was a good one.
Do you guys remember though?
One's also really good.
We were there for
Yeah.
that one too. We were there
Yeah.
for that one.
I like both. I think I got a soft spot for the Taker one because that was the only good match in that card. I think.
Yeah,
And not only that,
For that
not
29.
only that, but you get to witness Undertaker's entrance live
Yeah,
at a
that was dope.
WrestleMania.
With the set, that set was beautiful.
There you go. Anyone in the chat or anyone that's been to a WrestleMania and seen Taker's entrance live at a WrestleMania, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just it's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's a fucking privilege. Like, oh my god, this is happening right now.
Probably not.
Wikipedia asking, do you guys think Kushida wins the Impact title? No, I think Steve Macklin's winning it. I think he was going to beat. I think he was going to win it anyways from Josh Alexander, and Josh was going to take some time off. He's kind of been on a grind for 3 years, so I think he was going to get some time off after that.
This is time off now.
But you know what's crazy? He was about to make. He was gonna make a year as champion, a year run. And look what happened.
Let's count it as a year. We'll count it.
He was really close. Yeah, he needed only a few more weeks. He's gonna get.
And look how it ends with an injury.
Longest. I think he ended up with the longest reigning Impact World Championship reign of all time.
One of the, I would say.
I think it is. I think it is number one.
Out of all the TNA years too. Oh man.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of champions that reigned for long.
That's true.
Well, they hot potato the belt.
Well, they had. They hot potato.
Actually, it might be the Impact title.
Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles.
Everyone had the
Jeff
world
Hart.
title. Sting.
Abyss had it for like a month.
Abyss.
Here, okay, so here, let me see.
EC3.
It'll tell me.
Drew Galloway.
Drew Galloway, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was probably the most credible one.
Josh
that could've
Alexander's
held it.
first reign is the shortest. The championship is for the inaugural champion was Kurt Angle, who won the championship by defeating Cage and Sting in 2007 at TNA Sacrifice. His second reign is so Josh Alexander's reign was 335 days. That is the longest reign ever in the history of that title, and that includes when it was TNA.
Wow.
So yes, that is he had the longest reign of all time, including the TNA days. I don't know if they have a list. There is. Yeah, there's a list of here. Let me see. Who had days? Let's see.
Mickey James is
number. So I want to see. Can y'all guess the top 5 longest reigning after Josh? So the top 6. I want to see. So start at number. Yeah, let's see. There's 5 people. I want to know if y'all can guess who those 5 people are that fill out the top 6.
Impact World Champions, right?
Yes, longest reigning.
Is Bobby Lashley one of them?
Hard, I think.
Lashley one of them?
No, Lashley is not.
Wow, what the hell?
EC3?
EC3 is one of them?
EC3 is not one of them. EC3 is not even in like the top 15.
Yeah, I know he didn't have a long reign.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles,
AJ.
yeah. AJ Styles is number 3 on the list at 211 days.
Well, Kurt Angle.
Jeff Jarrett.
No.
Jeff
No
Jarrett.
Angle.
Not Jeff Jarrett. I actually don't know if Jeff Jarrett ever held this.
No, Jeff Jarrett never held that belt.
He held the NWA.
Don't tell us.
Yeah,
don't tell
Jeff
us,
Jarrett never. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's never won the Impact title.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I'm not going to tell you. Don't check the chat out there. People are spoiling
If you want to be technical with it, right? If you want to be technical with it, this person never lost the belt in the ring.
Who we
Tessa
talking
Blanchard?
about?
Tessa Blanchard?
Not Tessa Blanchard. She held it for like 6 months.
What about EY, Eric Young?
No.
Psycho EY.
Not EY.
The best heel in wrestling. Psycho EY. Best
Eric Young held
Bully
it
Ray?
Eric Young had 2 title reigns. Both title reigns were exactly 70 days.
What about Bully Ray?
Not Bully Ray.
What the fuck?
Don't tell us.
Don't
And y'all are really off because you're picking people who had like
these are
not even that long reigns.
These are people who are credible though. These are
the top. So the top 6. One of them is going to
Magnus?
100% surprise. Though I think 2 are going to surprise you. The others make sense if you think about TNA. You got
Magnus?
Magnus?
Not Magnus. No, he's like the top 10 or something. But not
Okay, and at least he's up there. I mean,
Eddie Edwards?
Not Eddie Edwards. No, his was short.
Eddie Edwards did have a long reign.
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy never won the title.
Jeff
did.
Hardy.
No, he didn't. Oh, I thought you did.
Jeff
he
did.
did.
I don't think Matt did.
He did.
Matt, yeah,
Jeff-
Bound for
Jeff
Glory.
won.
Oh yeah,
No?
he did.
No.
Yeah, he held it for 67 days.
And then he vacated the belt. Then they had that tournament. Remember?
Yeah, he
They had
didn't
that
he did not
long.
hold it
They
for
had that.
long. Who'd
They had
you
that
say
round
after-
robin
Steve,
tournament.
Who'd you say after Matt Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
No, not Jeff.
Austin Aries.
Not Austin Aries. No.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode is number 2
Yes.
at 200.
Once you saw the series, I'm like,
days.
that's right. How are we gonna forget that long title reign?
I'm off the
Y'all have the
chain.
wait, so wait, y'all have the top 3. AJ Styles,
Christian
Bobby
Cage.
Roode, and Josh Alexander in that order.
No,
That's
Christian
3,
Cage never
2,
won
1.
that belt, did he? Oh, he technically
Christian
did,
but not Christian.
not him.
Actually, maybe he didn't. Oh yeah, he did. He
He
beat
won
Kenny
Rampage.
Yeah, he beat Kenny Omega for it. But no, it is no. Y'all
Don't
are
tell
still
Omega can't be up
have
there, can he?
3 more people.
It's not Omega, no.
2 of them are no, not Kenny. Kenny didn't hold it for that long.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them are a little surprising, and 1 is extremely obvious.
Oh, extremely obvious. TNA. Who's representing TNA? We
It's
said Drew
Raven.
Galloway's name already.
Raven.
Not Raven. Raven never won that title.
Raven never won that belt. Drew Galloway is not him, right?
It's not not Drew
Okay.
Galloway. He didn't hold it for that long.
I stopped watching TNA probably after.
These are all. One of them
Recent?
was one of them. I'll say one of them was recent.
Josh Alexander.
I said
no,
Josh
we said his
Alexander's
name.
number 1.
Moose.
No,
Recent TNA champs.
you're
Oh,
not
you
going to
got me
remember that
there.
he held the belt.
Who? Rich Swann?
It was fucking Rich
Oh my
Swann.
God.
He's number 6 at 183 days.
Oh, what the? No, this is when I wasn't
Mr.
watching.
Mr. Interstate
No,
Highway
stop,
himself.
Stop,
Okay.
stop with that. That's
There are 2 more.
Sting.
Number 4, number 5. I love Steve's taking it from the comments. Yes, Sting is
Sting was
number
one?
5. Now, Sting had 189 days. The last person, 196. I want to know if y'all can guess who it is. In between AJ Styles and Sting at 196 days. They are the 45th world champion in Impact history.
Between AJ Styles and Sting.
They're sandwiched between those 2 on the
Fuck
list.
one.
Kurt
They're
Angle.
number 4.
No, we already said Angle.
Not Kurt Angle. No.
Samoa Joe.
You already said Samoa Joe. It's not Samoa Joe.
John. No.
John.
Johnny Impact.
Ding, 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 ding.
He's reading. You read the comments, right? You read the comments, bro.
He's reading the comments. I know.
He's reading the comments.
But yeah.
Johnny,
It is
I wouldn't have
Impact.
guessed that.
Johnny
I wouldn't have
Impact.
guessed
Yeah. The top 10 is Josh Alexander, Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, Johnny Impact, Sting, Rich Swann, Samoa Joe, Moose, Kurt Angle, and I believe, rounding out the top 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, Brian Cage.
Wow. That's
Held
when
it
I
for
wasn't
180
watching.
days.
Seeing Rich Swann, that's so sad. Rich fucking Swan. Who thought?
I knew y'all
to
were
give
going to go.
him
I saw
that?
Rich Swann. I was like, they aren't going to get this one.
I was thinking, I remember Rich Swann holding that belt because Kenny Omega beat him. So
Yeah,
I'm
Kenny
like,
Omega beat him at Bound for
yeah,
Glory.
so I'm like, don't tell me they gave him a long
That
time.
was Bound for Glory.
No, it
No,
wasn't Bound for
it
Glory.
was,
No, it was
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
yeah, Rebellion. Because he won it. Yeah, Rich Swann won it at Bound for Glory, defeating Moose to unify the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Moose.
Oh no, that was a sacrifice. He won it from Eric. I believe he won it from EY because EY won it from Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards won it, vacated at Slammiversary 2020. That's where Eddie won it for his second Impact title reign. EY beat him, and I think Swan then beat EY. But it might have been like Swan might have beaten Eddie, and then
EY held the belt
EY beat
again.
Swan, and then
Wow.
Swan beat him back.
Yeah.
No, Jay Lethal never won the TNA.
Yeah, he
World
never won
He's,
that. but
as they said in one of the claims, said he's a TNA reject.
TNA reject.
Brandon Brown saying Hulk Hogan. He never held that belt, did he?
Hulk Hogan.
Nah,
That's the
he
big
never
belt
did.
now. That was fun though.
It was fun,
Yeah,
fun,
that
fun.
was tough because
Well-
it was recent TNAs.
As Steve likes to say,
No. No.
What?
What? Huh?
I don't even think you knew what I was gonna say.
Something
What was he gonna
about
say?
tying something and
Yeah, I was gonna say something about tying something up.
Time?
Can I not say that? Why can't I say that?
doesn't feel right when you say it. Doesn't roll off
Well,
the tongue.
let's put a bow on this.
Oh, boo. That's fine
Thank
by
you
me.
guys so much for joining us on Cookin' with Kaden. There was no Around the Point on Friday due to the Sacrifice and Friday Night Warrior streams. And then we also had the 24-hour stream from yesterday until today, which y'all can check out the replay now over on twitch.tv/TrueHealHeat, I believe is the link. Or just go look up True Heal Heat. It's over there somewhere.
For Romeo Anthony also on YouTube. For Romeo Anthony.
Yeah, but the replay isn't up on YouTube right now. There's some issues with it. So, but yeah, I think the replay should be up on Twitch. That's what SP3 said. So go watch the replay. There's some really good moments. Steve fell asleep on camera. I went and found that, and I rewatched it when I woke up. It was amazing, and I laughed my ass off while watching that during. I watched that clip during HBK versus Undertaker, so I was laughing my ass off during that. And that's when I watched it.
I was like this.
Yeah.
I was like this. Like
yeah,
fell
no,
asleep
you were
during
like that. You
that
were like
one?
this. You were like
Wait.
in the camera like that.
So you were falling asleep before I even hopped on. What the fuck?
oh, like hold up.
No, I think Walter. I think you were on for that.
HBK
you today?
Taker?
No. I watched the clip during that.
Look at that. Look at that. Kane was asleep. Look at that. He was asleep.
I was looking at my phone. What
He
did you
was
take
asleep.
that?
What is that
He
today?
it was today. He was
10:07?
asleep.
No, I was looking down at something. I never fall asleep.
No, it looked like you were asleep to me, man. Like you were asleep.
Steve, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Go ask Romeo. I didn't fall asleep. I was looking down at something probably. That was
Steve just wants someone to fall asleep with.
Yeah, you want someone to fall asleep. I had shit I had to do during the show. I never fell asleep.
You were knocked out.
Steve,
I know.
I've never once fallen asleep on stream.
Hey, man.
I've gotten tired. I've never fallen asleep, and I never
first time for everything, man.
No, I'll take myself off of stream before I fall asleep. I would rather just say like, "Hey, I'm done,"
Steve said,
which I did
"Fuck
last
that, I'm
night. I
gonna
was
stay on
tired. Yeah, even Dolores was on at that time, I think too, or was at least watching, saying like Kaden wasn't asleep. Yeah, I wasn't. Like I wasn't fucking asleep. But yeah, we did this show. There was no Around the Point, no chilling with Chase. So I decided, hey, let's do Cooking with Kaden and talk about just random shit and just shoot the shit with each other. I thought that was I had a very good time doing this show. I like just talking to y'all about random shit and then going off about CM Punk a little bit. So yeah, but thank you guys for joining so much. If you guys have not left a like, please do that. Please subscribe if you have not already as well. And hit that notification icon to make sure that you are notified anytime we go live. YouTube does not like to let people know that sometimes, especially with the new live features and the live tabs. It's really annoying. So make sure you guys hit that bell notification because it's going to make sure that y'all are always here for any stream we do, especially that it's impromptu. I made this stream about 10 minutes before I went live, maybe 20 minutes. So at least if we're not scheduled to go live and we just had to do a show, it lets y'all know, hey, we're going live and you guys can come check it out. And it's better. It's easier for y'all, in my opinion. It doesn't really do much. And then, as I always say, it is free to subscribe and it is free to hit like. So please do that. It helps so much with us against the YouTube algorithm and making sure that as many people can see us as possible. And it supports us in the best way that y'all are able to currently at this point in time. Steve, thank you so much for joining me.
I just want to point out too, like, yo, we are 7 subs away from 2,100. That's going to be crazy.
Exactly. If you're not subbed, please sub, guys. We would really appreciate it. But Steve, where can people find?
We got a lot of stuff going on, especially tomorrow with Steve's Kitchen. We'll let you know. We'll let you guys know the rundown for WrestleMania week for us. But yes, you can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Also, while you're at it, subscribe to this channel, the Around the Point Network. It's gonna get crazy this week. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, do it now.
Walter?
Yep, you can check me out on Twitter at Hey I'm Walter, and yeah, please please subscribe because this week I agree it's gonna be a busy ass week.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Kaden, KADEN_FTW. You guys can find me every the next few days. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing, just because I'm going to be going to LA Wednesday. I'm leaving for Orlando Wednesday night. I'm flying out Thursday morning, so I'm just not fully sure what exactly I'll be on this week. But like I said, Ring of Honor prediction show, Super Card of Honor will be the prediction show will go out Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And just keep a lookout on my socials. On Twitter, I will be live tweeting from any show I'm at in Los Angeles. I'll be with some amazing people throughout that weekend, having a good time. Most of my posts will probably be there. I'm going to try to be I want to be more active than normal on trips because I don't normally catalog my trips, and I would like to catalog at least one of them. So yeah, just kind of pay attention. Also, Dolores, I am not great at checking my messages. I've had a very long day. I am very tired. So if anyone has sent me a message and I have not responded, it will be responded to soon. Just please give me be a little patient right now. I am so tired. I'm so sorry if I have not responded quickly, guys. Everybody here knows that. I took way too long to send Steve the time. I'm so tired. I've been up for 12 hours. So, and it doesn't seem like long, but I'm also running on very little sleep.
About to get back in that bed, are you? About to get back into that bed? Just...
I'm not gonna do my homework today. I'm doing it tomorrow, but I gotta get everything set up to
don't more fucking around. Maybe better do your
homework.
homework.
The reason I'm doing it tomorrow is because I have almost no brain capacity at this point. So I'm gonna go get in bed.
I used to tell Walter back in the day, don't wait till the last minute to do your homework.
All right. Eat my ass, Steve. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And you know what? I don't have a banner to put up for going off the air because I didn't make my own thumbnail. I just put a CM Punk picture up. But what I'll do instead, since this is my show, and I can put up what I want to put up, Steve, I'm going to put this up to end the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.